Finally, it's time for the Ravio guide. Only 2 years and 8 months late. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, like, he's still practically new, so let's just get right into the guide. So Ravio overall is going to be a character that focuses on being able to juggle large groups of enemies, which is a really nice trait to have. So for his moves, his weak string is pretty much just a standard weak string. You're not going to be using it too terribly much. Combo 1 has 2 variations. If you press the button, then you'll drop a chunk of ice from the sky. This version of the move isn't that useful since most of the time it knocks enemies away instead of up into the air straight up or towards you, so it makes it easier to combo them. It just knocks them away, so it's just kind of annoying. And the damage on it isn't too great either. However, if you hold down the button, then you'll have 4 chunks of ice spewing out from the ground, and those will launch enemies straight up. It does really nice damage, and that is a fantastic combo starter. It breaks through shields, and it is just a fantastic move. You're going to want to use it a lot. You can dodge cancel out of charging up combo 1, but be careful with it because no matter which control scheme you're using, the warrior style or Zelda style, the strong attack button is always going to be directly across from the dodge buttons. So be safe while using it. You can dodge cancel out of it. Next up, combo 2, you'll throw a boomerang and juggle enemies into the air. This is a really nice move as well for Ravio's combo game, because it kind of like leaves enemies in the air. It's not like most other combo 2s, which will just throw enemies up in the air and then gravity will like make them come down. Like this one kind of actually makes them linger there for a bit. So that just makes it really nice for comboing up things. If you don't have hasty attacks, then this is your most reliable way to deplete weak point gauges. But if you are using hasty attacks, then you can just spam the weak string. It's not that big of a deal. You can link combo 2 into itself about 2 or 3 times before enemies will drop out of it. It's a nice way to extend combos. It's not necessary, but it's kind of nice for his combo game. So you can use like combo 1 into combo 2, and if you feel saucy, I guess, then you can use combo 1 and then combo 2 to combo 2 into combo 2. And that's just kind of nice free damage. Combo 3, Ravio rolls a bomb forward. This move doesn't really have much use. The really only good thing about this move is like if you're facing the imprisoned, you can use this move to get rid of his toes from like a safe distance, but that's about the only thing you can really use this move for. Combo 4, this is where his moves start getting really nice. So this is probably his best move for racking up KOs, taking keeps, etc, just getting kills and stuff. Also his absolute best move against giant bosses. This is the only move you need against giant bosses. For his combo game, it's okay, but for the most part, you're gonna want to use like combo 5 because enemies usually will fall out of the time it takes you to actually like prep combo 4, like when Ravio like gets his wand ready and then he like swings it to like make the ice chunks like crash into each other. They usually fall out before then. So it's not that great for comboing, but it's really nice for just getting KOs, for just kind of like controlling area, stuff like that. Combo 5, this is what you're going to be using to finish off most of your juggles. It does a lot of damage. It freezes enemies, so it's kind of safe as well. I mean, you are completely stationary and it takes a while to come out, but it does freeze everything around you, so I mean, the enemies can't really fight back against it. If you hit the 4th hit of the weak string where Ravio like swings a bomb at the enemy, if they get hit by that bomb, then they are guaranteed to get hit by combo 5. So this attack just links into itself really reliably, even if you're just trying to throw it out. But if you do want to do combos, then combo 1 into combo 2 into combo 5 is a really nice one. That is probably one of the ones I use most. But again, since combo 2 can link into itself multiple times, you can do combo 1 into combo 2, into combo 2, into a third combo 2, and then into combo 5, and that's just the highest amount of damage you're probably going to get out of anything. Now for giant bosses, you're always going to want to try to hit them with 3 uses of combo 4. That's going to be how you're going to take down every giant boss in the game. Now how you're actually going to get those 3 hits in depends on which giant boss you're battling. If you have hasty attacks equipped, then you can just use 3 uses of combo 4 on every giant boss, no problems whatsoever at all. You don't need to be swarming the giant boss, you don't need to use a special, you're just fine to just slap him 3 times and you're good. Now if you don't have hasty equipped, then you're gonna run into a few more problems, so we'll go over that for each giant boss. King Dodongo, Helmarok King, and Phantom Ganon, you can just use those 3 hits of combo 4 easily. There's no special tricks or anything. They stay down long enough that you can just easily hit them with all 3 uses of it. The Imprisoned is a bit more tricky, as you want to make sure you hit them with the 3rd hit of your weak string as he's falling down and exposes his weak point gauge. That way you can actually take down the full gauge in one go, otherwise you need to use a special. Or if you're paired up with a character or 2, then, I mean, that's fine too. You don't have to worry about timing. Argarok is also possible solo. It's a bit tricky. You want it immediately after you use the hookshot, dash forward, and then use the 3 hits. The timing's really strict, and you might want to practice this a few times, but it is possible. But if you don't feel safe using it, then feel free to use a special. The last 3 giant bosses, Goma, Manhandla, and Ganon, are a bit more annoying. You really can't even swarm them. Even if you just have like one other character, you're not going to take down all of them. For Goma and Manhandla, if you do have 3 people swarming them, then you will be able to take them down. The timing is really strict, but I'd recommend either using a special or switching to one of the other characters that can hopefully deal with that giant boss better. And Ganon, even if you have 3 people swarming him, you're not doing it. You need to use a special or switch to a different character. Now, what weapon skills will you want to give Ravio? The 2 best options that you will absolutely want to put on him are Heart Power and Hasty Attacks. Hasty Attacks, as I mean, you went over the giant boss section. I mean, it just makes him better against giant bosses, and you just get the other benefits that Hasty gives, and it's the reason why it's the best skill in the game. And Heart Power is just extra free damage. It's a lot of extra free damage with no drawbacks whatsoever, so this is just a skill you want to put on everyone anyways. Beyond that, the next things I'd probably focus on are strong attack skills. I would mostly probably focus on strong attack 5, because that is going to be your combo finisher. That's going to be a lot of damage. Although 1, 2, and 4 are also nice options. It's mostly just what you feel like you prioritize most on that. Finishing Blow Plus is also really nice. That just helps a lot against giant bosses, and I mean, he easily breaks weak point gauges against standard enemies too. He's a dark character, which means his finishing blows also just get powered up anyways because they target single characters. So that will just make the damage on them even more ridiculous. So that's just a nice skill to have. Other great skills would be either no healing or defenseless. Now, in my Wii U guides, I always said no healing was like mandatory on every weapon because of how great it was, but healing isn't entirely worthless in this game, so no healing could actually kind of be a hindrance, and the damage boost from it isn't going to be nearly as powerful as Heart Power is anyways, so you can stack both of them for like a ton of damage, but healing can kind of hurt you, and it has kind of hurt me a few times. So defenseless would probably be the better option now, since shielding isn't too terribly important, since you can just spam side dodges if you're like battling a giant boss or something. But if you don't want to run the risk of losing out on either healing or your shield, then you don't have to use either of these skills, I'd say. And then after all of those skills, I guess next priority would be a versus skill if you still have room. The top 3 versus skills you'd want to use are either versus Dragon, versus Undead, or versus Soldier. I would personally go for versus Undead because with the combination of Darkness and Lightning, Ravio's not going to be hitting anyone in versus Undead for super effective damage anyways, so that would just kind of help round out his game plan a bit. But I mean, I'd prioritize the weapon skill, other weapon skills first. Versus skills are kind of low priority in this game.